Good morning. So my original plan to actually start at 6 a.m. till 7 fell through because I've woken up with a really sore throat and I just laid in bed watching Outlander instead because I'm excited for the new season to start, so I thought I'd rewatch old episodes. I'm going to start writing now and time myself. No internet. Here we go. So it's been about half an hour, and what I'm noticing is that I'm actually really struggling with getting this story down packed. I've written about 300 words, and it's just kind of going back and forth between what's happened to me and kind of connecting it with other stories and themes in society. So I'll read you a little bit of like one of the things I have, which is: I often say people my age, between 28 to 32, are the bridge between one world and the next. We are forever divided between the analog and the digital. The world that had been promised to us didn't exist by the time we had entered it. Careers were moments in time. The paper resume was becoming laughable, and relationships were conducted via text message. So I've kind of got this, you can sense the kind of themes going on in that way. But it's just really, I'm talking about some personal things as well. So I've just written a like personal thing about like being like a party girl and this incident that happened when I was 17. And it's kind of like, you know, do I want to share that with the world? And I feel like I want to, because I think it's really helpful to people, and it kind of teaches us a lot of things when we read about other people's experiences in life. But at the same time, it's just really like, but I know I shouldn't be questioning it, I should just be writing it. But oh, there goes my break. But it should I'm just going to keep fleshing it out and just see where it goes. But I'm almost thinking about doing a completely different story, because I don't know where this is going. And I feel like with my other stories, because they're fiction, I kind of know the structure and like what the characters are doing and everything. So I'm just going to try for another half an hour, and that will be my hour completed. And then I'll go from there. I'll update you when I get back. Okay, this is actually hilarious, but I have changed stories. I think I really needed to flesh out these ideas and just see where it kind of took me and get a feel for each idea before I finally settled on one. And I am so glad that I've settled on one on the first day of NaNoWriMo, because that means that I have still the entire month to really like knuckle down into this novel. However, it's one that I really need to kind of develop the characters more and form some sort of plot line. I have it in my mind, and I have scenes in my mind that I've literally just thrown onto the paper and it's just pouring out of me. And so I just know that when I get into those writing grooves where things are just flowing so well, that I need to keep going with it. So the one I'm writing, the one I've swapped to, so I've gone from my kind of coming of age, sociology, self-help kind of book to my country book. So it's kind of based on the fact that I grew up in the country, and I know I am very well versed with that kind of life. But I am happy that I've decided to change, because it's like this kind of relief as well, because I was really struggling with writing the other one, and I don't really know where that one's going. I think I need to really like figure out how to write something like that, like my own kind of personal thing with sociology kind of thrown in there, and these coming of age references to youth and all that is like quite difficult. So it's better just to kind of write I just feel really comfortable writing fiction, and non-fiction is just a really like moment for me. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna have a shower because my hair is disgusting. You can see how oily it is. And I'm gonna get my day kind of started. I finished my water, I finished my smoothie, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna have a shower and possibly go for a walk. It is only 10:30, so we've got a long time ahead of us. Tell me, does any other long-haired lasses stick their hair to the shower? Or is it just me? Oh, how handsome do I look with my towel? So I'm back into the writing mode. I have just written an entire chapter, which is phenomenal. I'm very happy with today's project, and now I'm just going to post post a blog on my blog about October and 5 decisions I made in October that made it easier for me and bettered my October. Life is so distracting. Well, the internet is so distracting. I just had like a little break and I went on my phone, literally got lost in YouTube and was like, lol, my brain is like, let's just go on YouTube and binge watch videos that are completely irrelevant to my life. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, this is not what I want to do. And here I am making a vlog, feeding the machine of this. This is why I blog more than I post videos. It's just better to have this writing habit. Anyway, I'm almost finished my blog post and it is almost 12:30, so I've done a lot today, which is good. I'm going to finish this up and then do some more writing in the afternoon. Hey guys, so I'm just plotting out my novel a little bit at the moment on a whiteboard because I've completely changed projects now, so it's good just to have a little bit of a brainstorm and just generally go through the motions to try and figure out where the plot will head and just have a loose kind of skeleton before I dive into the actual writing. It's only 7:30 in the morning, so I've still got lots of time before I go to work today. My original plan was to obviously write from 6 till 7, but that's just been shifted from 8 till 9 today. So that's the plan, Stan. But yeah, I'm just writing out and I'm doing the Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 that I showed before. And just having like these similar themes throughout. So I'm just going to quickly plan that. Alright, it's time to get stuck into my writing for the next couple of hours. But before we do that, I forgot to journal last night. I journal every single night about my day, what worked, what didn't, what I'm grateful for, and 3 little things that, like wins throughout the day. So like, I was nice to a waitress and I smiled. I cleaned the dishes after every meal. Just like little things that make a big difference. So I've been doing that for all of this year basically, kind of on and off sporadically. So I'm just going to do that because I didn't do it yesterday, take about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to get stuck into writing for the remainder of time before I have to go to work. Oh my god, so I just saw the character reveal for Geralt of Rivia, which is played by Henry Cavill. Can we take a moment to just discuss what this is? I think he's supposed to look like a young Geralt. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but that would make sense considering they're following the books. But like, the hair? Like, what's that about? What's going on? Okay, just before I go through all my clothes, you can see down here that I have this space where all my shoes and like memorabilia boxes are in the corner, and I'm just going to go through this and sort out what I want to keep and throw away, etc., or donate, and hopefully organize it a little bit more. So let's go. Alright, so update. Basically, I've divided it into kind of 3 piles at the moment. I've got stuff that I'm definitely donating, and that includes things that just don't suit my body type anymore, things I bought that I thought I would wear and never did, or things that the material is really, really poor, like really that gross polyester where you just sweat and you see every drop of sweat. And then I've divided it into a kind of activewear, loungewear pile, which in the KonMari method, she says just be careful of that, because when you have clothes that you put into that pile, you then hold on to things that you don't really need or you're not really going to wear. So I'm going to go through that with a fine-tooth comb and figure out what I want to keep and what I want to donate. And then the third pile is all my dresses that I've accumulated over the years from different events and different places in time. So I'm going to go through my loungewear first and see what I've got in terms of pajamas and just generally do that. So let's get to it. So basically I just have my dresses to go. I've been pretty harsh. I've already got 2 bags of clothing and a couple of shoes to donate today, so pretty solid effort. And I've realized that I need a couple of things with like going through and just seeing that I don't have a really good pair of jeans and like a work blazer to wear to the office when I get an office job. So just little things like that I'm noticing that like I need to kind of build a capsule wardrobe in a way, just to have pieces. But anyway, let's go through my dresses and see what I want to keep and what I want to donate. So I did it. It took me about an hour, And now I have 2 full bags of clothes to donate. I have 4 pairs of shoes to donate. I have all of these coat hangers left over, and my wardrobe looks fabulous. It's much more spacious now. It's got a lot going on. I'm really happy. I just need to get a few things, like I said, because I realized that I do have a lot of things. I just have nothing to kind of go with them. So I just need maybe a good pair of quality jeans or pants, some nice work shoes, and a nice blazer for work or when I start my internship. So yeah, really happy with that.
And I couldn't create because I had no emotions. I mean, I had no strong emotions anymore. It was a struggle to find ideas and to find the spirit to create, if that makes any sense.
Good morning from the bedroom. I am currently journaling some of what happened on the weekend. I like to journal every single day and then write down 3 things that I'm grateful for and 3 small wins that happened. I found this has really helped me to be grateful each day as someone who does suffer from some mental health things. Sometimes it's really grounding to do that, and I love journaling. I've journaled ever since I was 8 years old, so it's really productive for me to do things like that and just kind of brain dump on what the day was and what happened and what can I improve and how did I feel. As someone who is a highly sensitive person and an introvert, it's good to do those things. But I also wanted to share that I've started doing weekly reviews as well. So as you would have seen, Sunday is a day of resetting, and we did a massive decluttering day as well, which is so productive. I love that. And with weekly reviews, I usually write down what's been happening, what's not working, what has been working, that kind of thing. And I'm just going to share that with you, so it might give you some ideas of maybe doing your own weekly review. For week 1 of November, this is my weekly review. I'll just take you through it. So I've got what's been happening at the top. This has been a busy but productive week. I have started NaNoWriMo and had a dream about my characters. He was a musician, so I need to honour that came to me and write about it, which is very true. I had a dream last night about the main character, one of the main characters being a musician, which was my original idea when I first came up with this story a couple of years ago. So yeah, I think that's a sign. What's not been working? As usual, I am struggling with time management and sticking to a plan. I need to write a lot today to catch up with Nano. Binge watching YouTube, multitasking doesn't work. Make room for imagination and creativity. So I think in this really fast-paced world, we sometimes don't make enough room to actually sit down and create and imagine what's going on, because we're constantly on our phones, we're constantly connected to something, and we don't really take the time to just be and to really think about what we want. My favorite thing to do is journal and create poetry, even if it's just for me, or write a song. And that requires no technology, that just requires you and your imagination. And sometimes that's good to put yourself back into the creative spin, because over the years, when you become an adult, you kind of lose your creativity a little bit. So it's good to do those kinds of things. What have I been avoiding? I've been avoiding work newsletters for Christmas and sitting down to write and create. This is very true. My work has been sending all these newsletters for Christmas training and how we're going to approach sales and all that kind of thing. And it's so daunting to me, and it's just something that I've been avoiding so much because I've got to read all this stuff and I've got to get to know the new products that have come in and just all this stuff. But we got a big box of things to go through as well, so it's just been something that I've been avoiding. Values check-in. So this one is like really important to me because my top quality of my love language is quality time. So of course my number one value is family happiness and quality time. Then I've got health, creativity, and freedom. And how I discovered these was from this book called The Life Plan by Shana Kennedy, Simple Strategies for a Meaningful Life. And this is the values section where you go and you pick out your top kind of 10 values. And I just stick with my 3 because that's my top 3, my top 4, sorry. But there is a top 10 as well. And this has been really helpful in setting me on track in my happiness. So I've got here good quality time with Mark and friends, my health, lots of walking and journaling every day. NaNoWriMo has been a great start to my creativity. Freedom is a good balance of time off and work. I do not function as a human being if I don't have time off and I'm just constantly working. I cannot do that. I need time to sit and relax. I like slothing and it's just something that I enjoy doing. And then I've got my goals for November. So NaNoWriMo, internship and portfolio are my top 3 goals. So I wrote every day except for the weekend. Internship, I got one, which is good. Portfolio, I need to compile skills and experience like my ebook that I wrote and work experience with a couple of companies.